YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Beyond Authentic. This is a Sunday evening tarot session. Do excuse me while I sort out my necklace. I've just had to take the other one off because it all got tangled and was about to choke me if I moved. But anyway, that's all good. So how are you this fine and dandy spring Sunday? If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I believe it's spring everywhere. We've just had our clocks go forward here in the UK, so it is now officially spring, even if it wasn't. Look at this, my hair wasn't this bad. I've just had to almost rip a necklace out. But anyway, spring is here. It has sprung, so everything is good. The sap is rising, as they say. So yes, all of that, all of those implications. Let's not go there on a stream. Anyway, good evening. I hope you're all well. If you're new here, my name is Lisa. I'm a tarot reader, have been a tarot reader for 29 years over now, I think it is. And I am a liminal witch, and I have been doing the YouTube things for a little bit now. Now, you do have to, I've just realized there's always something I forget, right? So if you are new here, you might not, or you won't know that I am probably ADHD, which means my brain does 15 million things all at once, and sometimes I forget what those things are that I should be doing. So I should have had subscriber mode on and slow mode on. So that's not going to affect you if you've been here before. However, if you are new here and you would like a tarot reading at some point, you do have to hit that subscribe button now, because it takes 5 minutes. Oops, sorry. It takes 5 minutes for that to show up on the YouTubes for you to be able to comment. Okay, so that is a prerequisite for getting a reading, I guess. Now, I don't ask people to pay unless they want to. I don't ask for anything else. I don't ask for, you know, your firstborn child or cross my palm with silver or anything like that. But we do have a system here where we can use the YouTube Superchat system, and you can guarantee that your reading gets read next. If we haven't had a session open yet, then yours gets read first. If I get 3 super chats in all at the same time, we do them in the order they came in on. Okay, so even if they all come in within the same minute, the way that YouTube works is it will put the second on there and it will do it in the order they arrived. I will then read them in that order, and then we go back on to an open round where if there's 15 people in that want tarot readings and they all post, you start your question with the word question. I pick one of those at random and then read for one of those people, unless another super chat comes in. So that's how it works here on this here channel. Now, we are live on the YouTubes. Now, listen, we all love the social media, don't we? We all love social media. We all love the fact. Holly, thank you very much, my darling. I will read your super chat. Yours has just popped in. I will read yours first. Now, we do all love the social medias, right? You're all here on social media with me. We all love it so much. It is our community, our village, all of that. However, please be aware that if you put something out on the internet, it can be on the internet forever. So if you put a comment in the chat today, say if you dox yourself and you say, oh yeah, I would really love to go for coffee. You should come round one day. My address is number 57, the street in the city village, in Villagedom, right? You could quite happily, you could do that, but then your address is going to be on the internet forever. And if I cancel this live stream, delete it off the interwebs, take down my YouTube channel, there are still ways and means. Everything that's ever put on, it at some level gets recorded by the bots. Most of it is then ignored, but it could come back and bite you on the arse. Okay, so just be careful. Don't dox yourself. The other things we've got here on the channel, we do require you to remember that tarot is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, if you are running a political campaign, well, actually, if your name's Trump, I've got some advice for you. Oh, but anyway, let's not go there. So if you're wanting advice, remember that tarot is for entertainment purposes. You do make all your own decisions about your own life. Okay, I am not there with you. I cannot stop you from picking up that cigarette. I cannot stop you from eating that entire birthday cake on your own. I am not there to help you and your better half, other half, fix that thing that you were asking about, because in the bedroom that time they asked you to do that thing that you, do you know what I mean? I'm not there. I can't help you like that. And even if I was, it's your decisions. Your life is your decisions that affect your own life. I am not a professional financial advisor. I am not a professional doctor. I am not a lawyer, and I am not a professional counselor. I do have knowledge in some areas, but I am not a professional in those areas. So if you're wanting that sort of advice, please do seek out a professional in those areas. That's really, really, really important. And the last thing to know about this channel is you do have to be 18 to get a tarot reading. Okay, or older. There's no upper limit. You could be 104 and get a tarot reading. Just don't, if you are 104 wanting a tarot reading, don't ask me for like a super long, don't say, you know, what's coming up in the next 5 years, because yeah, I don't want to get into that. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, it's a lovely spring day here in the UK. I have been in the house the whole day. So yeah, it's been lovely enjoying the sun. Now, I have actually gone out in the garden a couple of times. I've got a mint plant that I need to plant out there before the weather kicks in really nicely. So yes, I do have one of those. But yes, I've got lots and lots and lots of I can't remember what I was going to say. I've got lots of something. Brain red. I was doing so well, and then my brain decided to do a brain fart. Welcome to ADHD live on the internet. Anyway, yes, good evening, everyone. I hope that everybody is well. And yeah, let's start the readings. By the way, there are a team of moderators here on the channel. If you see somebody with their name in blue and a wrench, I think it's a wrench. I think we decided it's supposed to be a wrench, but we call it a spanner. I don't know what the difference is between the two, by the way. I don't really want to know. So don't put it in the comments. Well, a wrench is this, Lisa, and a spanner is this, and a spanner has the things, and a wrench does the, because I don't use them. That's what my husband is for. But anyway, if you see somebody with blue, their name in blue and a wrench or spanner logo motif next to them, they are a moderator. They keep this channel running. Okay, more than me, they are the most important people here, because they keep the channel safe for everybody. So yeah, right then, I think I've touched. Have I said all of the things? I'm trying to not say them as they are on screen. I'm trying very hard to be off script, if you know what I mean. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Now, we do have memberships available. If anybody would like to help support the channel, they're available over at buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic. You can join. We've just had a really interesting and heartfelt and really personal chat actually over on that forum earlier today. So yes, thank you to the members. So then let's go ahead and start the readings. I am going to press a magic button, and then I'm going to get in and start reading for Holly. So Holly, you're the first cab off the rank, and I am going to press a magic button, and then I'll do your reading straight after this. We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God! Oh my God, indeed. Right, good evening, everyone. I don't know why the camera's sort of slightly off center. I was just trying to get it. I don't know why. I swear there must be like, I'm going to blame the Fae, but I swear there must be like things that come in and change the positioning of the cameras every time, because every time I've got to come in and double check. But anyway, good evening to everybody here. We're starting the first reading, and we're going with the lovely Holly. Holly, I'm assuming you're lovely. Okay, I'm assuming that you are lovely. I'm assuming that. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know, right, we're using the deck today. We're using the Fifth Spirit Tarot, which is, I think, possibly, well, it's one of my favorite decks of all time, possibly it's definitely in my top 5. It might even be top 2 of all time. So yes, hopefully that makes sense. Right then, it's a beautiful deck. It's a very modern deck. It's got depictions of lots of different races, different genders, different sexualities. People with disabilities are depicted, all ages, all body types. I love it. Absolutely love it. And because I've been using this deck now for so long, every time I go to buy another deck, I keep stopping and going, oh yeah, but they're all white, or they're all skinny, or, you know, I mean, they're all something. So yeah, that's something that these days I am very appreciative of, is my wonderful deck. So we're going to try and go with that one today. So we're cleansing the space, and we are bringing in Wispy, who is the air elemental dragon that I work with. So if you want to know more about the dragons and the elementals and things like that, do please go to the description box for this here video. Oh, come on. And down in that description box, you will see a link just before there's a break of lines that go across. Just before that, there is a link to the podcast episode where me and Neil discuss my dragons, egregores, servitors, tulpas. Go and check that out after the stream if you want to. Right then, so Wispy, my darling, we've discussed what you are, my love. Let's have a look. So Holly would like to know, what do we see Holly doing for work in the near future? So what job, what career, what work should Holly go into? Let's have a look and see. Oh, we've had one jump just at the end. Okay, so, oh, look, now, again, we could take this on face value, right? Let's pretend, I tell you what, everyone, let's pretend that I am one of the other YouTube internet tarot people, right? I would, so this is my impression, okay? Holly, bear in mind, this isn't your actual reading, but this will be my impression. Okay, are you ready? Oh my God, you've got to hit the like button. Hit that like button right now. Give me a like spike. We've got a card here for Holly. She's asking what work. I don't know why I'm doing this accent. It's terrible, isn't it? Terrible accent. It's almost, oh my God, just look. So Holly's asking what career. Well, obviously she's either going to be a server or a chef. Oh, that accent. I do apologize. Right. So we could take this on face value, Holly. If you've got an interest in the culinary arts, in chefing, baking, cooking, all of that, or in being like a butler or a maid or a server, somebody that lays tables out, right? There you go. That's your answer. I hope that helps. No, I'm not doing that. That is what I've seen on the internet this week, somebody doing, and it drove me absolutely potty. So this is, for me, this is what I call a clarifying card because it jumped out of the deck. Now, interesting. Pentacles is the suit that is linked with career, work, finance. So you're asking a career, work, finance question, and this has popped out. For me, the 9 is talking about famine or feast, right? It's saying there's a lot of opportunity here. The opportunity would be for you to earn a lot of money, have a lot of opulence and luxury, which is the top of the card. But there's also, you could also go the opposite way and maybe follow your heart. That isn't going to maybe provide you as much money, if that makes sense. So this is kind of an either or card for me. It's a little bit famine or feast, but it does say it. I do think whatever the career is, I think you've got a really good opportunity here because it's upright and it's jumped out as the clarifying card in an upright position. It feels like whatever you go for has some good potential. So it's like the dragons, it's like Wispy is already saying, kind of, if you go for career rather than job, something you're passionate about, like you've got the 9. Nines, I always say to people, and you'll hear me say it on the live streams all the time, the 9 is when something is full, the 10 is when it's overflowing. So the 9 of Pentacles is reflective of having lots of money, lots of fulfillment in your job, lots of lovely work, lovely, everything's great. Does that make sense? So hopefully that gives us an idea that whatever you end up doing, it's going to be on the more positive side of things in terms of the money, the wonga. So let's have a look. So let's see with speed. We're going to try and find what pattern. Is there a pattern in the cards that will point Holly in the direction of maybe a career option? Okay, so we'll start off with the where you are, what you need to know, and the future opportunity card. Okay, so let's look at those right now. Move that out the way. That's got my spare memory cards in. So 2 of Wands, where you are right now. It feels like your confidence is a bit rubbish, to be honest. For me, Wands is all about confidence, how you see yourself, the building blocks in life, all of that. Security. Now, some people read it as bricks and mortar security. I don't, because I don't believe the tarot works that way. But it's almost like you're very much in an either or position at the moment, with this 2 being reversed. It's like there's a couple of different options, but it also feels like maybe somebody is trying to advise you to go and do XYZ, right? I don't know what XYZ would be, but it feels like there's kind of, oh, you need to do this. Oh, well, actually, I think you need to do that. So it feels like there's a little bit of unfinished business here, not unfinished business, but a little bit of complication coming in with different options. Now, in the what you need to know, we've got the 8 of Cups. Now, this is fascinating, right? In terms of, hang on, it was that way up. This is fascinating in terms of what you need to know, because it's saying Cups is all about your emotions, right? So Cups is all about how you feel and your emotional state and all of that. But the 8 is all about the journey to the 9. So the 8 is all about following through, taking those next steps, taking things to that final level, that final boss battle. And this is saying that you're going to have this. So whatever it is that you're looking at, it feels like there may be something you're doing already that you want to upscale, or maybe there's something that you're wanting to go into that other people might be going, oh yeah, but that's not a job. You can't be a wrestler. What are you talking about? And then you're like, have you not seen WrestleMania? Have you not seen AEW? Have you not seen, all of these things with these people being paid a whole big bunch of money? And it's almost like that. But this card is saying, follow your heart. Follow what is going to float your boat and tickle your pickle. The reason I'm saying that is because where you are right now, if you stay where you are, your roof is leaking, right? So your emotional state is leaking. It's not fulfilling. You've got this room where you can see these pots are all lined up and you can see the drips coming. But when you look through the door, your future, it's not raining. It's not raining. So actually, you've just got to take these steps, whatever they are. It's time to start this journey. The door is open wide. You just need to step through and start that journey towards the 9 of Cups. Okay. And then when we get to the future opportunity, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. So another work related card. Now, the Knight is sometimes seen as a bit rebellious. I often call it the teenager card in the deck. Now, again, I don't know how old you are, but looking at your profile picture, if that's you in the picture, you don't look that old. So it's kind of saying, that there is time. There's time here for you to build a career and build this. Excuse me. What I would say, though, is look at the picture on the card and remember what I said here about starting the journey and walking through. Go for it, because this version of you in the future is doing that, right? You are walking forward. You've got, you don't have to go camping and you don't have to have your leg removed, but it's talking about moving forward and taking that journey on. The Knight, sometimes I often describe as being not aware of the consequences, and there can be some negatives with the Knights, but this is very, very, it follows directly on from the 8. And it's also upright and it's in a nice position for this to be the nicer aspect of the cards. Now, when we look at the connective tissue, Temperance coming in, a major arcana card, and the 5 of Pentacles coming in. So multiple Pentacle cards, and then we get the Root, and we've got the Devil. Now, listen, do not get scared, okay? Do not get scared. This Devil card, for a start, you can't even see what it's called, the Devil. I could have called it anything, couldn't I? But the Devil card does not mean the devil is coming, Satan is coming, ooh, big spooky, old Nick, old Scratch. No. This is just, I'll explain what this means in just a second. But before we do, we're going to go on this level. Connecting this options card, or this maybe this push me, pull you element of the card, in terms of confidence, we've got Temperance, which is saying, so if somebody here is, let me just find the doodah. I've got the standard card, looks a little bit more like this with Temperance, where you can see the angel pouring the water from one bowl to another. It's trying to mix the energies, all of that, blend things together. This Temperance is mixing fire with water, which we know causes steam. But also you can see they've got 1 foot on the land and 1 foot in the water. Wherever you see water, it's talking about emotions. Wherever you see land, potentially it's talking about growth. So we've got this element of working with your emotions to move forward with that growth. So it's actually quite a positive element, and it really is talking about having that belief, basically having that belief in finding that middle path. Okay, so that middle way forward. And once you're able to do that, once you're able to kind of take a little bit from option A and a little bit from option B, it's like that's when you find that sweet spot. Now, linking the 8 of Cups, which is talking about going on the journey, to the Knight of Cups, which is being quite relentless in seeking out that journey, just going for it, we've got the 5 of Pentacles. Now, look, even though it's reversed, I'll come to the reversal in a second. This is, I've got to say it wrong, it's a cairn. It's a milestone. It's a distance marker, right? And you often used to see it in ye olden days before lighting and things, where you might have a torch on it or something. But basically, it's telling you you've got this future. Look, you can see the one a mile down the road, and then that from that one you'll see the next one a mile down the road. So you see your direction of where you need to go. 5s for me are all about more than difficult choices. They're about really crossroads points and definitive things of actually being able to get to find truths out and to find the answer. So it's really talking about doing this journey, moving forward with what you really want to do, you're passionate for, and just go for it. Like, own it. If you want to be, I don't know, if you want to be a painter, right, and you've got some skills and you've been you know, doing some examples and doing some paintings, and they've got, you put them in a couple of exhibitions or whatever, and people are saying nice things, then it might be time to take that to the next level and go for it. Follow that journey, because this is saying at the moment you can't find the direction because it's reversed. It's like somebody else looking at your life would say, oh, well, look, obviously you've been painting for 5 years, you've exhibited them in galleries and won a couple of competitions, and that's all great, and you love doing it, and ostensibly you're quite good at it. Well, why don't you do some more and start selling them? It's like someone else can see that, you can't see that yourself. Especially when we get to the Root card, which is the Devil. Now, as I say, this does not mean this, right? It doesn't mean old Nick, old Scratch, the Beelzebub, Lucifer, say, you know, it doesn't mean that. The Devil card is literally talking about materialism, and I'll explain why. Because when we look at a pentacle, when it's this way up, we're looking at spirit above the 4 elements, right? So the element of spirit, your intent, above earth, air, fire, and water. So it's above the physical realm, the material things. When it's this way up, almost turned it too far, you see that the spirit is at the bottom, the single point is at the bottom, and the 4 elements are above. So what this card is actually talking about with this upturned pentacle, is actually saying that you need to put your physical needs above your spiritual. Okay, so especially for work, this is talking your material needs above your spiritual. So whatever it is that you've been doing career-wise, it's something where now it's like it's fine for you to move into money now. Do you know what I mean? It's fine for you to actually make that transition from feast to famine. The cards are all pointing the same way. If we take this central one out of the equation for a second and we look at it more as a past to future representation, we've got this element of not feeling very confident, needing some growth, going into temperance, trying to mix these two different ideas together, trying to find a way of getting what you need, and maybe mixing the spiritual with the financial. So actually you're, and I don't mean spiritual, I don't mean like being a nun, but it might mean you might have an interest in the psychic arts, and you might have been doing some oracle card readings for a while, and now you want to charge for them and have that as a business. And it's about how you blend those two together. Or you might have, it might mean working in a spiritual shop. You've got 5 years experience working for ... working for Target or working for Walmart, and actually what you're going to do is open up your own little independent witchy shop or something. And it's about finding that way of putting your money needs above what you think is spiritually acceptable. Okay, so it's almost saying sometimes it's okay to give all your money to the poor and live in poverty. The reality is sometimes we need a paycheck. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we have bills to pay and food to buy and everything else, and you've got to get a paycheck. And if you can blend the physical, the need for the paycheck, with that spiritual element, then go for it. Okay, it's a bit like me doing tarot readings outside of the YouTube sphere, where I go and do actual readings for people. I charge money for those, and more than the donations that come in on the YouTube. And the reason I do that is because I have bills to pay, and at the end of the day, that's how life works in this day and age. But we're talking here, look, if you do find this way of meeting that happy medium between fulfilling your spiritual need in life and also making money, we get to the point where the direction is already there. It's just you need to find it, and then you go for it. And then you absolutely need to start that journey. Now, this is telling me there is something already that you are not doing, that you want to do, but you are not currently doing, right? And it's this famine or feast element with kind of blending together your sense of wanting to be a good person, a nice person, a spiritual person, a searcher, a blah, 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 and the need to pay bills. Find that connection and go for it, because the card that came up overall, your clarifying card, is this idea of famine or feast. And the way the cards are looking, it's going to take you from famine to feast. Okay, so just honestly work with that at the moment. Find out what it is. If you've got something you've always wanted to do, particularly in this realm, double down and go for it. It's not saying that tomorrow you're going to be you're going to be on the Today Show as a psychic reader, but start that process. If you want to change careers or you want to go in a particular direction, start that training now and just bloody go for it. And don't let anybody knock you back, because confidence here a bit low, confidence in the future, you don't give a toss what anyone thinks. And I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. But that is going to be your reading for today. Thank you ever so much for the donation, and thank you for your question. Let me just, where's the banners gone? There we go. Let me turn that one off. Come into the comments section. Oh wow. Okay. Oh so hang on. You want to do Reiki? Go for it. I have done my introduction to Reiki, so it's kind of like a level 0.5. And I'm really looking at doing more, but I absolutely love it, right? And it's something that I am seriously looking at this year and later this year, looking at not only my Reiki but also my mediumship training, and so it's something I'm looking to put into place for potentially for the rest of this year. And I love that. I'm 47 years of age and I can still learn this stuff and I can still find new areas I want to go into. So yeah, if you are wanting to do like for me, as soon as you say Reiki, I'm like, oh my God, this is why I was getting spiritual and money. So, you know, go and do your Reiki, offer the healing to people, but offer it for a fee. It can be a reduced fee. You can have a sliding scale. You can have, you know, if someone turns up in a fantastically expensive brand new car dripping in the bling. Is that still a word? Do the kids still use bling? I don't know. Dripping in the riz. No, that's the wrong one. Dripping in whatever it means to be rich, right? They've got all of the gubbins. At that point, you might charge them a little bit extra. Someone comes to you and they say, you know, they really need some Reiki because they've lost their job. They're struggling to pay bills. They're stressed out and they want a little bit of something. You might offer them, you know, you might say to them, well, normally it would be at this price, but I've got a discount here. And also I can halve that again to help. And you might do that. That might be a way that you can offset the spiritual with the financial need. Again, for me, doing this on the YouTube, I love it when people do donate because there is that exchange of value, I guess, that exchange that happens between me and the people that donate. But if somebody isn't able to, just liking the video and watching the video and doing all of that is a way to help promote and to give me their time in the same way. It's like cross my palm with silver. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. I love that. Let me go back in the chat even more. You're 41. Yeah. You don't look 41. I don't think that's you in that photo then. You got laid off of one of your jobs recently. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Might be the two then. That might be where that two came from. I am really sorry to hear that. Oh, good evening to Seti. Good evening to Somia. Good evening to Rabina. I haven't said hello to people, have I? Good evening, Patricia. Good evening, Holland. Good evening, Mr. Lynn. Good evening, Crystal Rose. Good evening. I think I've said hello to everybody that's popped in. Good evening, Ellis. Good evening. 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 I think I've said hello to everyone now. Yeah, but anyway, thank you very much. And yeah, go for it, my darling. Absolutely go for it. The thing about Reiki and doing this sort of psychical arts is that sometimes the people that are most drawn to this field are the people that are the least business minded. And sometimes we've got to remember that okay, so a while ago, many years, probably 20 years ago, I did an event, right? And I did an event and I basically did it for free. So I did free readings at an event. And I gave somebody a reading and it was a half hour, 45-minute reading, like a 10-card reading, all of that. Excuse me. Went through everything they wanted to ask, all of the, oh, what did this mean? Can you just clarify that again? Oh, okay. Have I got this right? Went through all of that and then said, oh, thanks. That was really, really good. Thank you. I'm going to go and get a proper tarot reading now from a professional reader. And I was like, I am a professional reader, but because I was doing it for free, they saw that I had no value, that my experience at the time, it might have been like 10 years reading the deck, for instance, but my experience and everything, they couldn't understand how I could do readings for free because I was of that mindset. Oh, it's spiritual. It must be a free thing. Whereas actually it isn't, you know what I mean? It isn't a free thing. It's something you can offer for sliding scales and all of that, but get your worth is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, my darling, I hope that helps. Good luck for it. Good luck for it. Really, really, really good luck. Get some business training in you, but good luck. Anyway, it's time. Shall we open up a free round? Let's do it. Let's go ahead and open up a freebie round. So if you would like a tarot reading, how would you go about getting one on this channel? You can do a super chat just like Holly did, and that can be any amount. Quite often people will super chat $5, $10, $15, whatever, and I will go through those at random as they come in, rather. So if 3 people donate $5 all at once, I'll go through those readings. If 3 people donate, one donates 5, one donates 10, one donates 25, I will go in the order that they came in. Okay, so just bear that in mind. If you are somebody who, say if you donate $100 or 100 yen, 100 whatever, I won't necessarily look at that as the face value of it because I don't know what those currencies are. I just go by the order that those super chats come in. Okay. And the same when we do a free round, which I'm opening now, put the word question into the live chat, followed by your question, and I will pick one of those at random. Okay, please don't spam the chat. Please don't put it in 100 times because you won't get 100 chances. You'll just piss everybody off and then get removed. So yes, go ahead and do one of those things right now. I am going to press the magic video button, so please do those right now, and I will see you in about 30 seconds. Open. The round is open. Okay, let's have a look at that there chat. So then, I've got Soumya Rao. Where's my glasses gone? Oh, there they are. Soumya Rao. Good evening, Firefly Magic. Soumya Rao. You've literally just done what I asked you not to in the chat, my darling. You've literally just posted the same question 1, 2, 3 times. See, what I should do, because I literally just said not to do that. So what I should do, in all honesty, is I should absolutely say you're not going to be in this round of options. Okay, but I'm not going to. I will include you one time. So I'm popping your question. Oh, she retracted them. Thank you, Holland. Thank you for that. Thank you. I didn't realize. Sorry for that then, Salmia. Right. So that makes life easier. I'm going to pop them into my little section here. And so Salmia, Shelley Lard, Rabina. Good evening, Rabina. So I've got those 3 questions in. Oh, go on. Firefly Magic. I'll pop you in as well. I've got a section here. Let me take the start off of that one because I've done that one. So I've now got 4 questions in front of me, and when I've got more than 2, we spin the jog button on the mouse. It is a new mouse because I've got a new Bluetooth connected mouse and keyboard connection set thing. So here we go. What I'm going to do is go up and down with the jog wheel and stick one of these at random, and we're going with this one. No, I hang on. I just opened up a whole new window then. Right, so we're going with that one there. Why aren't you clicking? Sorry. Am I on one? Have I linked to one? Yes. God, this mouse doesn't seem to be as clickable as the other one. Anyway, I'll sort that out after. My brain was about to go. My ADHD brain just went, go into the settings, change the... Yeah, I'm going to do that on a live stream. Do you know what? There was a time where I probably would have done. Just gone, hang on a second, let me go and swap my mouse out. No, I'll do that afterwards. Right, okay, so Shelley Lard. Let me get rid of the other questions on here. If you are not Shelley Lard, go ahead and select and copy your question and hold it until the next time we do another live another free round, which will be coming up probably after this if we don't get any more super chats in. So Shelley Lard, question: is me and Capricorn W going to reconnect? Ooh, a little bit of oh my, a little bit of that maybe. Let's have a look. So then Wispy, Shelley Lard is wanting to know 2 and 3. There we go. Shelley Lard is wanting.
You just made the list.
Shelley Lard wanting to know, should they and the Capricorn W reconnect? Should Shelley Lard and Capricorn W reconnect? Are they going to reconnect? That's what they want to know. Is Shelley Lard and the Capricorn W, are they going to reconnect? Let's have a look. And we'll do one more round, Wispy. Now, a round for Wispy, it means 4 do's. So, like a 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. See, 4 doodahs with the tarot, 4 bits of shuffling, 4 doodahs is what I mean when I say that to Wispy. So there's no cards chucked out, as you can see. So this is just a 3-card reading. There's no confirmation card or clarifying card. So we've got 6 of Cups. This is in your where you are, what you need to know, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups reversed. Right then, so let's have a look. So these 6 of Cups, this is where you are at the moment, and this is literally where you are. 6 of Cups is talking about your emotions. The 6 is all about like the people around you, the relationship around you, what's going on in the wider context. It's not just about you and the Capricorn W. It feels like there's either other people to take into account, or there's other situations to take into account, perhaps that you don't quite know about just yet, because this is reversed. So I do think there are some emotions playing in here in a little bit. So I do think this is probably a romantic or that type of connection because of the 2 cups. And interestingly, both cups are reversed. So this is saying that I think there may well have been a reason why you haven't reconnected yet, a reason why, you know, that hasn't happened. So maybe look into that. What you need to know, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. Now, the 8 of Pentacles is, again, 8s are talking about what you need to do to take the next step to get to the 9. And when we're looking at the Pentacles, that next step is sometimes seen as working your ass off, literally kind of burning the candle at both ends, trying to get everything to happen, if you know what I mean, trying to actually make things move in a certain direction. And I don't know whether that's going to be too much. If this is what you need to know, it's like either W is working their ass off, burning that candle at both ends, flat out, haven't got a lot of time, or you have, and maybe there isn't the time, like maybe the connection wasn't strong enough for it to take priority over work demands. Let me put it that way. And then the future opportunity, again, 7 of Cups. Now, if it was this way, it would be quite a positive thing, because it's saying, although there is a hugely difficult decision here, difficult question, it's like a difficult question of positive things. So it's almost like you can pick this. This is your lovely shelf. You can pick one of these. You can choose a gift almost, but this pot has snakes in it, but one is escaping and possibly heading down towards this poor little koi cup that's going, oh, help. Look, see the bubbles popping. This vase has not just got a spider above it, but it's also got a diploma or some sort of lovely certificate in it. This is obviously the poorly fish. We've got a ship in a bottle here. We've got one of those things where they grow mushrooms in. I can't remember what it's called, a trivivarium, one of them. And this one's got a little snow globe and another spider stuck under a glass. So it's talking about things that you might want, things that you don't want, things that you have, and things that you perhaps don't want to have. And that's saying there are these really difficult choices. Now, if it was this way up, it's like you can pick this. It's this way up, my darling, which means I don't think you get much choice in this idea of reconnecting. It's almost like if you leave that door open, it's down to Capricorn W to walk through. So the decision isn't yours. It's not like you say, do you know what, Capricorn W, I'm going to get on the train. I'm going to come and see you on Thursday. and let's have a chat and go for coffee and see where we are. And, you know, maybe if something happens and a bit of kissy, then great. It's not that. It's not you saying, I'm going here under these terms, under my conditions, and this is what I'm going to do. It's like you go, it's like you're waiting for Capricorn W to make those decisions. And while you're doing that, you don't have any choices in it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it feels like with both of these being reversed, it feels like there's a certain amount of almost heartache, not heartbreak. I don't think it's like, oh my God, I can't go on. I think it's like a little bit of disappointment, because it doesn't feel like maybe Capricorn W wants to make those same decisions that perhaps you are. I think if it was down to you, you probably would reconnect. But I think Capricorn W perhaps is working a little bit hard at the moment, doing other things, priorities are somewhere else, and they're not able to maybe make space in their life for you right now. I hope that helps, my darling. I'm sorry, it's probably not what you want to hear, but as I always say, I can only give you the information the cards give me. It's what you need to know, but again, not necessarily what you want to hear. And I hope that helps, though. And thank you ever so much for your question. I've just realized I've got a thing that says that and I haven't got it on. There we go. It's provide the guidance you need, not necessarily the answers you want, but I hope that helps. Right then, let me have a look in the live chat. Happy. What's this? Oh, okay. Right. So thank you for that, Shelley Lard. Happy Trans Day of Visibility, everyone. I did not know. Oh, of course it is. Wow, I've been out of the trans world for so long. Wowza. So yes, today is Trans Day of Visibility, which basically means it is the day for those of us within the trans community that are actually transgender. We get to choose whether we want to be open about our identity in public or not. It's a good opportunity for some of us to be able to say, do you know what? Good evening. This is me. So I'm going to pop the rainbow flag just up there. Look. This is the modern, it's not the most modern. I know we're missing the intersex colors, but this is the rainbow flag. And while when I next play the next little video thing in a second, I will actually pop up the trans flag because I don't have it on here. But I am proudly transgender. And you might think, why am I making that a statement? Well, because when it comes down to tarot, there's a certain belief that has been around within tribes and groups of people of many denominations, countries, and beliefs for years, which is that those of us who do identify as other than that which we were born as, trans, or that's what we call it these days, have special knowledge. Now, certainly I know I have lived in one gender for a large part of my life, and after transitioning, I am now living in a different gender. And hopefully by the time I die, I would have spent more time as my true self as a woman than I ever did as a male. But it gives me a certain insight into how people think, and it gives me a certain understanding of the way the universe works. And when we bring that to tarot, I think it enhances that way of translating the cards into messages, if that makes sense. So thank you, Ellis, for pointing that out. I am a very proud member of the trans community, and yes, thank you for mentioning that, Ellis. So yes, thank you. No problem at all, Shelley, my darling. I hope that helps. It's an acquaintance. Ooh. Interesting. It feels like maybe you leave it as an acquaintance, if that makes sense. Maybe you leave it as an acquaintance. But yes, you need the truth. Well, there you are, my darling. I think you've got the truth today. Hello, everyone. You are trans non-binary, says Holland, officially out on the channel. I mean, you know, you always have been, but yes, Holland is also one of my lovely moderators, and Holland is very openly on the trans within the trans community as a non-binary person, hence the use of they them pronouns whenever I discuss Holland. So there you go. Anyway, we're going to pop another round open. So the round is open. If you would like a reading, what do you need to do? Well, you need to do one of two things. either send it through as a super chat that comes through to me automatically, and then I will read for those in turn. If, however, we don't get a super chat, then you can just pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and I will pick one of those at random. Now, obviously, if we have 20 people send messages, you've got a 1 in 20 chance. The only way to guarantee your message comes up next is to send it as a super chat. Now, when super chats come in, I've got to say that the money from YouTube takes their 35% or whatever it is. And when the money comes through, I do donate 10% to the Bladder Cancer UK charity and 10% to Fight Bladder Cancer, which is the other Bladder Cancer UK charity, because as far as I know, there's only two. Well, there were two that helped me anyway when I was dealing with bladder cancer. So that's where the money goes, and the rest of it goes on maintaining the channel and keeping everything ticking over with the StreamYard and all of the costs and everything. So anyway, that is where we're at. What am I doing? I've opened a round. Yes, no problem, Shellyard. I've just seen your comment pop up, and it completely distracted me. But don't worry, that's my brain. That's what tends to happen. Right then, so it is time to get a tarot reading in. So do please pop your question into the live chat, or go ahead and send it via a super chat just about now, and I will get one of the questions up straight after. I'll tell you what, straight after this, talking about Holland, and one of my other moderators, Neil, both have lovely small businesses. So I'm going to tell you about them right now.
Are you a fan of 80s horror but want something different? Do you like modern horror but the regular magazines leave you a bit cold? Are you a fan of that schlocky horror that no one else seems to talk about? Check out Necronomicon, the UK horror zine from Etsy.com. Just search for Necro Neil.
Blue Chalice is a small business making crafty creations for the witchy community. From jewellery to wall hangings, witch bells to altar tiles. Why not have a look at bluechalice.etsy.com. Yes, indeed. Right then. So I will have a look in the comments in just 1 second. Before I... Oh, no, hang on. What have I done? I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Before I do, I'm going to go ahead, as I just said, and I'm going to change the little doodah thing. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. We should be called... Instead of the Coffee Club crew, the members should just be called the doodahs, shouldn't they? Or maybe the mod squad should be called the doodahs. But I just, I tickled myself. I am. Oh gosh, that made me funny. That made me not funny. It made me laugh. Not funny to anybody else, but to me that made me laugh. Right, okay, so I can change the banner to this one, although I don't like the white on the outside. I could change it to this one, which has got the trans and the non-binary flag, or this one, which I actually quite like. Look at that. It's got the trans, the non-binary, the black and the brown, and also the yellow for the intersex. I really like this. Let me know in the comments whether you want this or this. So 2 flags or 1 flag. Let me know in the comments, especially if you are part of the LGBTQ plus community. I will leave it on. I'm probably going to leave it on this one for now. Anyway, let's have a look in the live chat. Where's me button? There we go. Nope. Come on. There we go. Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So I've got Robina and Crystal Rose and no, that's it. So I've got 2 people. You know what happens when I've got 2 people? Oh yes, it's a segment on the live stream. Oh gosh, it's a segment on the live stream that is fairly new, where we toss The talisman. That is what, oh gosh, that is what we are about to do. We're going to toss the talisman. Now, if you're new here, you're thinking, what the hell are you talking about, Lisa? Tossing the talisman. Wow. When I've only got 2 questions in, I don't feel it's right for me to make the decision about who I read for. So, thankfully, Witch Casket, which is a subscription box that I subscribe to, and I've just done an unboxing of them. Do check it out in the in my video list. You know what I mean. Do check it out on my channel. They sent me a long time ago, well, beginning of the year last year, they sent out some talismans that they sent as a free gift if you were a subscriber. Now, the way we do it on this channel is the first person. So the first question I've got, it will take the excuse me. The first person's question takes the symbol. So Rabina, I've got your question in, and you will be the symbol for spirit. And Crystal Rose, you will be the word spirit. Okay. So, and then we sort of toss the talisman. It's a bit like tossing the coin, but in a more spiritual way. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Listen, it's amusing to me, right? Just because I get to press a little button for a jingle. It reminds me of my old radio days. Anyhow, this is what we're going to do. We're going to toss the talisman. And we've got the symbol up. So Rabina, I'm going to do your question next. Yes, indeed. This is almost like a professional stream tonight, isn't it? Almost like a professional stream. So then we cleanse the space as always. There we go. And we invite Wispy back in. So Wispy, Rabina Sahonta would like to know if there is any good news coming her way soon. So that's what we want to know. Oh gosh, is there any good news coming Rabina's way soon? I'll tell you what, I'm going to put that back in there and pull that tight, just in case. I have a habit of putting things down somewhere safe and then disappearing for several years. So I don't want that to happen with this, with my talisman set. So here we go, Wispy. Any good news coming up for Rabina Sahonta? Let's have a look. Now, as always, Rabina, you know, I tend to only see about 6 weeks maximum into the future. But what we'll do, we'll concentrate on April. Okay, so the whole month ahead, we'll concentrate on April. So let's have a look. We'll do the I'll tell you what, we'll do the standard, what you want, where you are, sorry, what you need to know, and what the opportunity is coming up in April. I'm wondering if there's another no, that seems to make the most sense. Strengths, weaknesses, cards, what you have, what you want, how to get. And I'll tell you what, I'm changing it. We're going to do, Wispy, we're going to do what you have, what you want, and how to get it. Okay, so hopefully that's a little more positive, if that makes sense. So what you have, what you want, and how to get it. So we're going to do your drop. Wispy, what you want, what you have, how to get it. So what you have, what you want. Ooh. 8 of Cups. Interesting. What you, that's what you have, what you want. Oh, it's the Empress. It's my favorite card, as you all know. And how to get it. Interesting. Interesting. Right, Rabina, let me just put these somewhere where I can talk about the cards. So what you have, we've got the 8 of Cups. Okay, now the 8 of Cups is, you heard me talk about earlier, Cups is about emotion, and the 8 of Cups is all about taking the next step, being able to take that next step forward into a life where you are happy and joyous and you have love, and it's a place which isn't leaking. Okay, so this is the important thing for this card. You can see here that quite often with the 8 of Cups, you'll see somebody's left some goblets or the cups in a pattern or on a beach or something, and they've walked away from it. This is similar but different in that this house here, you can see the roof is leaking, right? Drips of rain coming in, drips of water coming in all over the place. And so they put these pots out to collect, or these cups to collect all that rainwater to stop the flood. Some of it's leaking because it's already full. So, you know, there's a lot going on. But when you look out the window, out the door, sorry, it's not raining outside. So it's talking about moving into a more possible future, a brighter future, a more a slightly less complicated future, but one that is still positive emotions involved in. Okay, so it's not like you move forward because somebody passes away. Do you know what I mean? It's like you choose to step through that door and go on that emotional journey into more happiness and more love, more positivity. Okay, so this is where this is what you have. So it's saying that you have this opportunity with you right now. Whether or not it's something that you're able to move towards, I don't know, but it is saying that April is going to be a month for this opportunity to reach you, if that makes sense, for you to have this choice. And it might be a really hard choice to make, but it is all about taking those next steps, progressing your life forward. And it does feel like April is going to be quite important for that, because this is what you have, what you want. We've got the Empress. Now, the Empress is normally all about abundance and family. And for me, she's the most wonderful card, because it's that element of being able to help support others, being able to look after others, being, you know, a nurturer, a carer, whilst also having the means to do all of that. This is reversed, which is saying that actually what you want is to take a step back from being the one that cleans up everybody else's mess, that is the one that always, you know, gives to everybody else and puts them above you and puts their needs above your needs. The Empress sometimes is her own worst enemy, because she can give her, you know, give someone the coat off her back. And that's great. That's a wonderful thing to have, except eventually you run out of coats in the wardrobe and you just freeze. And this is something that I think, you know, with this card here as well, it's saying that actually you might be able to move forward in a way that doesn't involve having to collect all this water and look after the carpet and the floor because it's leaking. Leave this for someone else and move forward. And especially when this is the what you want, it's like you want to still have the people around you, because even the Empress reversed is still positive for me, because I just love her. She's, you know, it's still having those family, it's still having those connections, but not having the responsibility of having to make sure that everybody is fed and watered, everybody is emotionally sound, everybody is physically sound, everybody has all of their needs met at the expense of yours. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and this isn't being selfish. This is not being selfish. This is literally saying, I need to be on that priority list. Like, I have my own and I don't mind sharing. I don't mind, you know, being on, if there is a list of 10 people that you need to look after, I don't mind being one of those 10. I'm not saying I'm going to stop looking after everybody else, but I at least need to be on that goddamn list. And at the moment, I'm not even on a reserve list hidden in the back of a cupboard. I'm not on that list. And this is what this is saying. It's like, you have to be able to put your needs as on the same level as everybody else's, at least, even if you're not capable of saying me first, then everybody else. Do you know what I mean? There is a reason on airplanes that when they do this is how you buckle your shit, you know, they do the exits are here, here, and here. Your seatbelt buckles in like this, and at some point, should there be an emergency situation, the masks will fall from above. Please place the mask over your mouth first and make sure the airflow is flowing. It should flow automatically before attempting to put the mask on to somebody next to you, or a dependent, or a child. There is a reason they say that, obviously clearer than I've just done. It's because if you are suddenly in an emergency situation on an aeroplane and you've got a kid next to you and you try and put the kid's mask on first, right? You are going to lose consciousness when all of that air goes out of the cabin, and it's going to mean that you are then not capable of putting on that child's mask, calming down that child, looking after that child. dealing with anything else, dealing with, you know, what is happening, because there's no oxygen for you to breathe. That's why you put your mask on first and then help the people around you put on theirs. It has to be done that way. And the Empress is kind of the ultimate, for me, the ultimate pinnacle of what that means in that situation. She will help everybody, but she's got to get her mask on first. Do you know what I mean? And that feels like something you're not been doing. And then how to get this? We've got the King of Wands. So I don't know whether this is about your confidence and standing up for your confidence, or whether this is about, you know, maybe having a difficult conversation with a male. Again, could be husband, father, that sort of person, could be son, could be, it's somebody who is seen in a position of some sort of authority, but is carrying this red flag. And this is where you need to highlight, look, I cannot do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. I cannot be on an airplane that has its door removed, and the airplane is or like, you know, whatever's happened, there's been a bird strike. I cannot in any way, shape or form continue to be the one who puts everybody else's mask on and leaves mine till the last. I cannot do that anymore. And so whether that is a difficult conversation to have, whether that is that you need to find the person who can, you know, flag you through in terms of confidence, because the King of Wands is somebody who makes those decisions. So again, this could be you. If it is you, you need to absolutely inhibit that king energy. The king makes the decisions of his kingdom, right? Got a queen, absolutely amazing queen, could be the queen in command of lots of other projects. But the king, if there is a king, unfortunately it's sexist as all hell, but the king makes those decisions, right? And what you have to do is recognize whoever is in the role of king makes that choice. Now, if you are the king, you make those choices yourself. If you are not the king, you have to have this discussion with whoever is with the king in your life and in your relationships, and basically say, look, this has to change right now. So it does feel like, I mean, this is going to be a little bit of a difficult conversation, difficult place to get to, but it absolutely does feel like, in terms of good news coming your way, yes, because I think the ending of this, like, these cards wouldn't be coming up like this if it wasn't for the fact that you are going to start getting some support by the end of the month. You are going to be able to put your mask on first, look after your own needs first, and then look after the people around you, because we've got this journey here. You need to start this. This is that realization of what you want, and this is how you get it. You stand up and you demand, and it's like, do you know what? If I don't get it, I'm going to burn the fucker down. You know what I mean? That's the energy you need to have. And I hope, Rabina, I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. It does feel like April's a bit of thank you. Thank you, Rufus. Oh, my lovely husband brought me a coffee. That's amazing. Thank you. It does feel like April is this massive turning point where by the end of the month, you're going to be in this much, much stronger position, either as the king, as the ruler, as the ultimate authority, as the big boss, or with 100% support from the king for you to take that step back and put your needs first. Anyway, my darling, I really, really, really hope that helps. Thank you so much for your question, and thank you for being here. So yes, you're one of the originals, Rabina. We've never actually met, have we? But I do feel like I know you. I do feel like I do feel like you're one of those people who, whenever you pop up in the chat, I'm always like, oh, Rabina's here. That's lovely. It's like there's certain of us that have been around on this channel for a long, long time. And obviously one of them's me, but you know, without that. But yeah, I do absolutely feel I do absolutely feel thankful that you pop in every now and then. Anyway, thank you very much. Let me have a look. You like that the dude does? Yeah, absolutely. Oh god, there's all sorts of lore. There's all sorts. Watching this live has the same effect as body doubling for you. You're getting loads of stuff done. I'm glad that helps. I'm really glad that helps. lots of people like also use it for that, because you've got whittering on in the background of my dulcet tones. Is that the right word? Dulcet? Something like that. Yeah, you've got that in the background. So yeah, absolutely. I am going to do another body doubling stream actually, because I have to record a Temu video very, very soon. In fact, I should have already done it, but I'm going to record it and then I will edit it. And while I'm editing, I think I'm going to body double or use it as a body doubling stream. So if anybody wants to work with me on something while I'm sat editing, I will do that as a live stream. Anywho, not today though, as there's only a couple of mods around, so you need to pay attention. I know, right? Gotta pay attention. Oh, that's lovely. You need to get you a lady version of Rufus. Do you know what? He is such a caring, loving, like, husband. I just adore. He knows. I don't know whether he's jumped onto the live and he could hear the crackle in my throat, but he knows. He's like, I'll come and do it. Funny you should say that. I am looking at doing something with that channel again. So if you don't know, I do have a separate channel. Me and Rufus have a channel called Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. And on that channel, we discuss lots of weight loss things. And I used to do beauty makeup videos and things. Now, it used to be a Thursday morning. That will need to change because I'm now busy Thursday mornings, but I'm thinking maybe either a Monday morning or maybe a Tuesday morning, a Wednesday morning. I don't know, but I am thinking of it. We are definitely going to be bringing back the weight loss stuff because, yeah, Monday, tomorrow is our last day of eating crap. So I'm going to have to get a pizza or something. I'm going to eat that, enjoy that, and then back to Slimming World on Tuesday. So yes. Manorias Gaydar or Gadar. Good evening to you, my darling. I hope that you are well. Oh, hi, Priestess 123. Thank you, my darling. I've just seen this pop in, so thank you ever so much. Wowza! Oh, exciting news. Oh, that's cool. Right. Your comment is highlighted, so you're already in the starred section. So I will do your reading next. You've never met him, but you get a great energy from Rufus. Do you know what? With the fear of getting mushy, because the mods know that I can get quite mushy. He is my sun, my moon, my stars. He is my everything, literally my everything. He's the most wonderful human being I've ever known in my entire life, and I am incredibly lucky to have met him and to have him in my life. I owe him my everything, literally, and he knows it. I owe him my everything. I like this. He is great. He's chilled out and clearly loves Lisa to bits. He does, and he has to be chilled out to put up with me. And yes, you did, but don't worry, it is double F. Because he has to be that little contrarian, you know what I mean? But no, he is the most amazing human being I've ever met in my entire life. Ever. I don't know how he puts up with me. I don't know why he would, but he does. And I'm very, very, very incredibly, amazingly lucky to have him. So yeah, thank you for that. And I'm glad that you can see that too. I really am. Anyway, shall we have another reading? I think we should. High Priestess 123. Let's change the cameras and I'm going to come and do your reading right now. Don't forget, everybody, I will be opening another round at the end of this reading. So if you have got a question, just hold it off for now. I'll put on the screen and the mods will let you know as well when we do the next reading. If you want to be the guarantee that you are the next person I read for, you can do so by sending a super chat like High Priestess 123 has done, and then that will come through for me and I will absolutely 100% read you next. If we don't have any super chats, we'll open up another free round. So then, hopefully that all makes sense. Let me just see. Did I do the one here? Yes, I did. And did I do... Oh, no, this one I need to click on. There you go. I'm currently reading the cards for someone. That someone is High Priestess 123. So as always, we cleanse the space like so. And we bring in Wispy. Wispy is my air elemental dragon I use to connect with the Akashic Records, which is the holder or the storage unit for all of the information I get from the tarot. So then, Wispy, we have High Priestess 123, a regular on the channel, who has started a fling, a spring fling. Ooh, it's so exciting. How is M feeling towards me? High Priestess says. How is M feeling towards High Priestess 123, who has started a fling? That is what we want to know. So, right, we're going to do the cards. I'm going to do a proper shuffle. So, here we go. Oh, we do have a card flip. There you go. I was about to say the reason that I didn't consider the card then that fell out to be a card that flipped is purely and simply because I was reading and I wasn't concentrating on the cards, if that makes sense. However, the minute I do, Wispy junks a card out at me. Now, as soon as that happens, we stop shuffling and do the drop. There we go. So we know that we have the cards to go. And we look at the card that has fallen. So we have the Seven of Cups reversed. Now, this is your clarifying reading. So the Seven of Cups, what does the Seven of Cups mean? Sevens for me are all about complicated, difficult decisions. And cups is all about your emotional states, your emotions. So this would say that there are some difficult or hard to choose decisions coming up. Now, because it is reversed, I'm getting the impression that either the decisions aren't necessarily going to be yours to make, so it may be that M has these decisions to make, or it could be that the decisions kind of, how can I put it? It could be that the decisions are decisions that you don't want to have almost. Does that make sense? It's like if you, I don't know, if you go into a restaurant and you've got two favorite meals and they have both of those favorite meals available and they're both the most amazing, delicious food that you've ever wanted to eat in your life. And they do it perfectly every single time. But they said, you can choose one of these. The other one is coming off of the menu and you're never going to be able to have it again. It's like, yes, that's a wonderful decision, a wonderful choice to make between these two. But if I choose the steak, I am never, ever going to be able to eat the bean sprout casserole ever again, or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? And that would be a really difficult choice. So it's something like, it's like a, oh, what's it called? Sophie's Choice. Is it Sophie's Choice? I think it's Sophie's Choice. Mods, if you know what Sophie's Choice, I think that's the one I mean, where it's like, I think that's what I mean, where it's a tough choice. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, right. So then we know that there's a tough choice coming, and let's see how that manifests. So we're going to use the right, Wispy, we're doing your wants, partner wants, relationship future, I guess. I'm just looking on my board. I do have, let me just double check, because I've got a new spread. Okay, I'm going to use a new spread. Right, a new spread. So let me just have a look. We're going to do a 5-card spread, and it's going to be, so the first card is a general glimpse into the near future. So how is M feeling about you generally in the near future? Okay, so we've got, oh, the Empress. Okay, positive. They're feeling positive towards you, caring, possibly right. We'll clarify this in a second, but that's positive. How to prepare yourself for what is to come in the near future. We have the 4 of Wands. Ooh, looking into confidence and remaining confident. Okay, then we've got a positive omen to look for. So something positive that is coming up between yourself and M that you need to look out for. Okay, hang on. I'm going to try and move these to one side because I've got more cards to lay down. So a positive omen to look for. We've got Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, that's really cool. One of the aspects of the Empress is very similar to this. And then we've got a negative omen to avoid. Ooh, we certainly have with the Knight of Swords. This spread's amazing. And then we've got the outcome if things go as they are. Okay, so if things continue in the way this is looking, how are things going to turn out? And we've got the Two of Wands, but it is reversed. Interesting. So then let's have a look. So High Priestess, the Empress. What does the, hang on, I'm on a button. There we go. What does the Empress mean in terms of how M is feeling? Well, again, the Empress is all about that positive energy, that caring, that nurturing, that really supportive energy, I guess would be the key word. Yes, there is abundance. Yes, there is family, but that support, that wanting to enable and help other people around. So I do think there is a strongly positive feeling here into how M is connecting. So whatever this fling is, you've made a good impression on them. So I think that's a good thing. You know, obviously, if you've had a bit of a kissy already, then they weren't put off by your garlic. Oh shit! Hang on. Oh God! I got cramp in my leg. Sorry. Oh my God. Oh, bear with. 1 second. Oh my God. 1 second. Sorry, everyone. Give me just 1 second. Oh, hang on. 1 second. 1 second. Whew, sorry, everybody. I just moved my leg and got a real stab of cramp. Wowzer. Right. Sorry, everyone. Right. Where was I? Oh, God. Wow. So, yes. Sorry, everyone. Right. So, as I was saying, the Empress being your glimpse into that near future, it really does feel like whatever connection you've made has a bit more depth to it, if that makes sense. It really does. And it connects to how we prepare, how you prepare yourself for what's to come with M. And this is basically station keeping, which I'm such a nerd. It's a Babylon 5 reference. But anyway, it's station keeping. So basically what I'm saying is just keep doing what you're doing, right? In terms of your confidence, stay confident. If you don't hear from them for a couple of days or for a little while, stay confident. Stay with them, because we've got this wonderful element here of just do what you're doing, right? Don't try and make a whole bunch of changes. Don't try and upset the apple barrel or the apple cart or whatever it is. Don't try and make anything. Don't try and, specially dress up for them or anything else. Just be yourself, be honest and authentic, and keep going the way that you're going, because the 4 is all about stability and Wands is all about confidence. So stay that confident, stay able to keep going and keep doing, because whatever M was attracted to within you is there. You know what I mean? You don't have to do any changes. It's not like you have to say, oh, I'm gonna lose 5 stone, and then, or I don't know what that would be in pounds, like 70 pounds, and then they'll love me more, or I'm going to get into, I don't know, like they're really into sci-fi, so I'm going to get into sci-fi. I'm going to download all of Babylon 5 to find out what Lisa's talking about. No, but I'm going to download all of this because they're into it. Don't do that. Don't make changes. Wait for them. They are interested in you as you are. So when we're talking about how to prepare yourself, just be you. Literally, that's what this is talking about. Be your confident self. In terms of a positive omen to look for from M, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen is that nurturing energy. Pentacles is that financial energy. So it's talking about maybe wanting to not, how can I put it? Not wanting to look after you or wanting to spend a lot of money on you, but maybe they're wanting to take you out for dinner. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they're wanting to spend a bit of time and money with you to grow things for that future, for your future together. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like saying, if they live locally, then it might just be a case of going for dinner. But if they live far away, it might be a case of, no, I'm going to come, I'll drive to you again. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm fine driving to you, or I'm fine, paying for your hotel if you come to me. Whatever it is, do you know what I mean? There's that sort of element of they are able to spend a bit of money to look after you. Do you know what I mean? They're not asking you to foot all of the bills. Let me put it that way. If you go out for dinner, it's not like, oh, we're going Dutch. Oh no, well actually I paid last time, you've got to pay this time. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a bit of financial support in that way, if that makes sense. I'm not saying, that you're going to be a kept person, but there's definitely a positive outlook in terms of money. So look out for that sort of, just the ability to cover the bills. Do you know what I mean? Look out for that. The negative omen to avoid, the Knight of Swords. Now, this could be from you, this could be from them. I think it's more about you, because the Knight of Swords, knights are those really sort of quick to act, very reactive, very, I'm going to do this very quickly. Oh, this has happened, right, let's rush in. That's the energy that knights bring. Okay, it's that thing of, King Arthur saying, oh, I really fancy a golden cup to drink from. Okay, sire, we'll go and get you the holy grail, let's go now. I know it's not that, but you know what I mean. It's like rushing in where angels fear to tread. Now, this is something to avoid, because it's also swords, right? So not just knight energy to avoid, but swords. Swords is trouble and strife. So for me, this is saying a negative omen to avoid. Don't catastrophize. Don't worry if M hasn't maybe, if you've text them that they haven't immediately texted you back. They could be at work. Don't then start sending 15 text messages going, oh, well, you haven't responded. Oh, well, you still haven't responded. Oh, well, actually, I can't mean that much to you then if you haven't responded. Do you know what I mean? It could be ghosting you. Someone could be ghosting you, or it could just be that they're at work and they're busy, or their phone is turned off, or they're out of battery. Don't assume the worst. No catastrophizing here, particularly if it's kind of in a knee-jerk reaction. Okay, so a negative omen to avoid knee-jerk reactions, right? And this is what I would say is probably coming from you. It might come from them, but I don't think it is. It feels more like it's like, if M says something, don't just react immediately. Could be coming from them though, so watch out for that as well. But the outcome, if things keep going and things are looking good, again, we've got these emotional choices. Look, then we get to the Two of Wands. Now it is reversed, but the Two of Wands reversed doesn't always mean, it isn't always negative, especially the way that I read it, especially with this deck. So Wands is security and confidence. Okay, so the two, you could argue, is a little bit of insecurity creeping in between the two of you in terms of relationship, in terms of how you see each other and what each of you feels. I actually think it's a little bit different, because what this is saying, if this is how we are headed with this journey, the twos are always, for me, about couples. Twos are always about a partnership at work, or a couple coming together romantically, or needing someone's help, or having an enemy, depending on what the suits are. This one is about friendship and possibly needing help. Okay, but it is reversed. Now that to me is saying that if this continues the way it is, either you and them are going to move forward beyond friendship, or there is going to be this element where you kind of go somehow go beyond that, right? It goes deeper than that, because it may well be at the moment that it's sort of friends with benefits type situation. It feels like it might go further than that, but in this particular moment, I don't think this is about labeling it as potentially lovers, or we're going to be life partners, or whatever it is. you know, we're going to get married. It almost feels like the relationship will have to grow and become something. And at the moment, it's neither of you are quite sure what you want from it or where it's going to head. And when it's upright, the two of wands in this deck, when it's upright, is a little bit interesting because the match has to kind of die, if you like. The match has to get burnt in order to light the candle. So there's a kind of element here where, yes, there could be a connection and like a friendship connection, but one will pay the price in support of the other. Now, when it's reversed, it feels a lot lighter than that. It feels like, you know, yes, somebody will make some sacrifices in terms of the other, but it goes beyond that. It goes beyond that mark of friendship. And it almost feels like once this candle is lit, that lights the path beyond. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like actually this goes beyond the fling and beyond that friends with benefits or whatever that is, and it goes forward to something else. What I would say with this Seven of Cups coming in as your overriding card, the clarifying card, is it really does feel like there are emotions here because we've got the cups. It really does feel like there is this positive outcome coming, but I wouldn't say rush to define it right now, if that makes sense, right? So I do think it's going to be a positive move for you. I do think this is going to be a really nice upswing in your life and a lot of fun. Just be a little bit careful. I would say not to label it, not to put any you know demands on it. Don't expect a ring on it, you know, tomorrow. Just let it go. Let it experience it for what it is. And you know, if it leads to this, then great. Hopefully that said wow, you could hear that. You know,
oh my,
if it leads that way, then that is absolutely bloody fantastic. You know what I mean? That's a really positive outcome. And yeah, that's what I would say, right? Go with it. It does feel like has emotions. It does feel like there is more than just a wham bam thank you ma'am kind of chemistry here. Just let it evolve into what it will evolve to be. And I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. Thank you so much for your question. I went a bit waffly then. But also, that was a brand new spread. It was supposed to be like a heart, but you couldn't really... If I drew it out, you could see it. But yeah, hopefully that... If I drew it, you could see it, but I didn't, so you couldn't. So I don't know if that made any sense. I should have said at the beginning it was a heart design. But there you are, my darling. Hopefully that helps. And thank you ever so much for your question and for your donation. Let me turn that banner off and go back into the main chat. Oh, you love it. A wee break. No, unfortunately, it wasn't a wee break. It was I don't know whether it's... I don't know what it is. Lactic acid buildup. But yes, it is very painful. Absolutely very painful. Thank you for the fellow crampers. Is that a word? High Priestess, Patricia, take it slowly and enjoy it. I take it you mean I take it that's meant for High Priestess, not just my cramp. Take it slowly and enjoy the cramp. No, it's... Do you know what? Actually, I don't mind experiencing cramp. It sounds ridiculous, but it's something that once I put my foot down on the ground, and like walk in the bathroom or something late at night, it's worse at night for me. But I put my foot on the cold bathroom floor, and then it goes, and then it's quite a nice feeling. But I just got a quick ooh of that. Let me have a look. I just want to go with the flow and enjoy. I haven't had this positive of an experience with someone in a while. Oh, fantastic. And I'm really grateful. Your advice has been so helpful and hysterical from last week. Oh my God. Hopefully, my darling, I hope just have some fun. Have some bloody fun. You know, get your, what is it they say? Get your kumbayas out. Yes, it's a quote from Buffy. It's not about enjoying the cramp. I enjoy the after effect of the cramp. You know, you get like sometimes at night, oh God, sometimes at night I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I go, oh, ah! and the cramp is really tight on my foot's like this on my leg. So that's me leg, and my foot's like cramping itself back. And then the minute I hobble to the bathroom and put my foot on that cold bathroom floor, there's just this, oh, that's so much nicer. Oh, it's really good. And the only way I can describe it, it's a bit like when I used to smoke cigarettes. You know, sometimes you'd go all day and you'd be, oh, I really need a cig. I really need a cig. And then you'll have a cigarette and you go, oh, needed that. So it's that same feeling. But anyway, my darling, the relief. Yes, thank you. The relief. It's the relief. Don't enjoy the cramp, but I do enjoy the relief. And that conversation could go very differently, couldn't it? Anyway, let's move on. So then, if what time are we on? Oh, 20:38. Yes, that makes sense. 22 minutes left. So if you would like a reading, we do have some time available. And I think, do you know what? Is it time? I think it is time to go ahead and open another round. So I think that's what we need to do about now. So if you would like a tarot reading, go ahead and pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, or send your question through as a super chat, and that will come straight through to me. And automatically get highlighted so that we can all see. Hang on. Sorry, that music was far too long. Yeah, send it through as a super chat, and then that will get highlighted and I'll be able to see it. You know what to do by now, but here is the handy dandy video. Okay, let me have a look in that there chat. So we've got okay, I've got one in from Crystal Rose, one in from Salma Rao, and oh, it looks like that's the only two. Is that right? Yes, it is. Holland, I did see this comment. I chose not to comment. It looks like we've only got two in, right? Okie dokie. So then let me take that banner off, and as always, you know what it means. Oh, just sneaking in there, Lily. You just snuck in there right at the end. Right, so now I've got to pick one. I was about to do another talisman toss, but just by the little squishy, by the skin of your teeth, by the hair on your head, by the power of Grayskull. I don't know. You managed to get in. So then I am going to do the usual. I've got all three questions on my screen. Hang on. Yep. All my questions on my screen, and I'm going to go up and down through these, and we'll see where we hit. So then here we go. And we're going with that one. Oh God, where's the mouse? Oh, sorry. It's on my, no, we don't want to open anything. Thank you very much. It was on my other screen. We definitely don't want to open up that, because that will drain the internet. It will take a lot of internet. And at the moment, touch wood, fingers crossed, we are doing okay with the connection this evening. So then, right, here we go. Just click between these. That one. Am I on one? Yes, I am. Lily Moonshade. Question: what do the spirit guides want me to know about my relationship? Okay, right then, we'll have a look. So apologies to those of you in the chat that have asked questions tonight. This could well be the last one. Crystal Rose, Salmia, sorry, Rao. Do keep your questions. Same with everybody else. There might be a chance if this reading is fairly succinct, I might be able to squeeze a quick one in at the end. That sounds wrong. But if not, then do come back and see us on Tuesday is what I was trying to say. Right then, let me have a look. So I need to change cameras. I wish there was I've got my Stream Deck set up now, so everything's working grand. Oh, this new, I've got this new mouse, right? And I do need to change the settings. I really do, because it just doesn't want to do things properly. It's almost like it keeps getting stuck. But anyway, right, let me have a look. So let's cleanse the area. There we go. And we'll bring Wispy in. I like having a dragon here because it's almost like Wispy. If you imagine this in 3D, made out of steam, air, wisps of smoke, wisps of ether, and just kind of imagined it floating around the universe and doing my bidding, and actually me doing its bidding, then you would kind of get an idea of what Wispy is. But anyway, let's have a look. So then, Wispy, my darling, Lily Moonshade. Oh, I love that name, Lily. I've just seen the full name properly. Lily Moonshade would like to know, what do the spirit guides want me to know about my relationship? So what information can we have for Lily Moonshade about their relationship, please? Let's have a little look in the doodah. By the way, if you are new joining, please do the YouTubey things. Hit that bell and then change your settings to all. So that is really important. First, please, as much as you know, please do the like things and hit the like button. That'd be wonderful as well. But if you can, hit that bell like that, and then change your settings to all. YouTube will let you know when I upload another video or when I go live. Members, I was asking if anybody wants the Q&A for tomorrow evening. So if you are a member, pop onto the Buy Me a Coffee space and just let me know if you want that, because I can put it out tomorrow. If not, I can put it another time in the month if Bank Holiday Monday isn't a good time for everybody. So just let me know about that down in the comments on that website. Yeah, on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you. Right then. So what do the spirit guides want Lily Moonshade to know about their relationship? Last round, Wispy. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. So that is I always say last round, and then it's 4 more doodahs of the shuffling, and then that lets Wispy know that I'm about to finish. And if you need to chuck a card or do anything, then that's what we do. Chuck a card. Everybody chuck a card. And so then, what do the spirit guides want you to know about your relationship? So I have a relationship. So we'll see what your needs are. Ooh, what your partner's needs are. Ooh, and your relationship future. Okay, so let's have a look. So we have here what your needs are. Page of Pentacles. So you are Wispy. Let me give me some clarification. So it feels like you are looking for growth within the relationship. It feels like you are wanting to, you're maybe coming at it from quite an innocent perspective, okay? Because the pages are quite innocent. They've got that almost virginal energy. You know, it's that sort of innocent, childlike energy that is coming in. And I don't mean childish. It's that innocence, that naivete. It's that feeling of, you know, having a connection with somebody almost for the first time, but it's that connection that feels like that. So again, I don't know how old you are, Lily. I don't know whether this is something that is a first relationship or whether it's, you know, the latest in a long line, but it somehow feels like to you, it feels like a first relationship all over again. Do you know what I mean? I often say that quite a few of us, when we were younger, when we were in our, you know, early teens, we'd start a relationship and it would be, I remember very, very clearly that I was in a relationship with someone that I thought I loved. I honestly thought I loved them. Turns out I didn't, because I didn't know what love was. But at that age, I thought we were going to, you know, be together forever and have a house and all of the things that you expect from a couple. I thought that was it. Of course it wasn't. Of course that was never going to happen because I was too bloody young. And even if we'd got together then, like my whole identity was going to change later on. So you know what? There was just no. But sometimes the Page of Pentacles, when we have that new relationship, it can feel like that. And it can feel like you are so connected to someone, but it's the first time. It's that first flush of those emotions and that first flush of feeling that connection. And that is what the cards are saying is kind of like that is where you are. You need almost that feeling, that vibe. Now then, when we get to your partner, we've got a reversed card and we've got the 10 of Swords. So swords is trouble and strife, obstacles, challenges and hurdles. It's the lessons of life, okay? And the 10 is when it's at its most difficult. So we've got this element of, you can see here that the bird has a load of pins stabbed through it, and unfortunately the bird has passed. But you can also see that there is this within this egg, this ethereal egg, there is this new life. So it's that moment of, you know, the queen is dead, long live the queen, or the king is dead, long live the king. The minute that something passes, there is the opportunity for newness. It's a bit like the death card in tarot. When something ends, something begins. And there's a certain element of that with this. And so if this is saying this is what your partner or what the other half of your relationship, where that is, it could be that your partner is having some issues, maybe, you know, maybe not necessarily looking elsewhere, but maybe feeling like things might be coming to an end in a way. It could be that you've got to have some sort of really deep discussion, which is going to feel really, really uncomfortable, but will lead to this new birth with the same partner. I don't know. It could be that, you know, not necessarily that feelings have changed, but maybe that situations have changed. Or it could be that, you know, maybe the person you're in a relationship with actually wants to have a throuple, or maybe they want, you know, maybe they've got a job offer that they have to, you know, they've accepted that is going to lead them to another part of the country or another part of the world. And that conversation is like, look, I want you to come with me, but we've only been together a short period of time. And actually, you know, if it's not right for you to come with, then maybe we have to end things, but I actually want you to come with. Do you know what I mean? So the ending could come in a lot of different ways, this sort of proverbial ending that the partner is looking at. It's not that it's the ending of this current situation. It's not the ending of the relationship per se, although it could be. It's whatever is going on right now, like the current status quo is going to change, and it's going to come with this whole rebirth thing. So just bear that in mind. Now, the what? Hang on, I've just lost the thing. The relationship future, that was it. The Three of Wands. Now, Wands is all about confidence, okay? So none of these cards are cup cards, so there's no deep emotional connection here. It's not saying that, you know, you are heavily in love with this person or that this person is heavily in love with you, but it does feel like there is absolutely a strong connection, because in the position of the relationship future, the Three of Wands is about confidence, okay? And quite often when I talk about threes, I talk about expanding. So if it's the Three of Cups, it can be about, you know, looking at bringing in a pet, getting a pet together, having a child together, occasionally, you know, moving into a throuple. If it's in the Pentacles, it can be about, you know, maybe taking on an employee or new staff, you know, and it's about that taking that next step, that expansive step. Now, although this is reversed, it is still saying that there is this expansive step to do with the relationship future. So again, this could be expanding it in a way. If one person has to go overseas or one person has to move, where it becomes a, you know, a long distance relationship, or it could become, you know, again, a throuple with the three. There's lots of different ways that this could be interpreted. I personally think that there is Okay, look, I'm trying to be super kind, and because I'm trying to be super kind, it means that I'm not being entirely authentic, because the Ten of Swords could point to there being, the relationship might come to an end, or could be that the partner wants that to happen. The relationship future with the Three of Wands, it could be all the things I've said about changes, and about having that confidence shift and that insecurity, could come in with the three, though, because it is reversed. So it could be that maybe your partner wants an open relationship and that's something you don't want, or maybe you want an open relationship and that's something your partner doesn't want. It could be that there are, the three reversed in this particular position could literally go one of a couple of ways, right? So it could be that your relationship will blossom and will take on a whole different strength through a friendship, but that is completely oh, come on, brain, you had the word then. Wispy, give it to me again. Unseen, right? So it could be something that right now you couldn't imagine having this relationship go in this direction, but that it's always been there. Okay, so I don't know what that means. Sometimes it could be, when you get this sort of scenario, sometimes it could be a partner coming out as bisexual, or coming out as non-binary or trans, or coming out in some way. It could also be this, with this 10, it could be this open discussion about maybe your partner's needs aren't being met by you, which for you would be a real negative, but for them, if you stay in that relationship and you are then both being satisfied and fulfilled in a certain way, then maybe that's a long-term positive. Do you know what I mean? But this Three of Wands, it can really be taken a couple of different ways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull another, without shuffling the cards again, I'm just going to cut with the same deck. In fact, I'll change the camera back. I'm going to cut two more cards, and we're going to see if I can clarify this three, because again, there's this almost sort of double or triple even meaning, right? So we've got one cut there. So then Wispy, what have we got to clarify? The Seven of Wands, really, it does feel like in some way your confidence is going to take a knock. But again, it doesn't mean the ending of a relationship. It could just be that maybe you think everything is fine in the relationship, but actually the partner has some issues or something they want to address, and that might knock your confidence. The Seven is about difficult decisions, difficult choices, and again, around Wands, and again, it's reversed. So it could be that the partner has some really difficult decisions to make here. Let's clarify it one more time, Wispy, with the third. Another Seven of Cups. Wow. Yeah, there is definitely some really difficult decisions here. And it feels like with all of these three being reversed, that it's from the partner. So it could be that your partner has some questions, some issues about the long-term future, or about what they need to have happen for their own needs. And again, that might not be a comfortable conversation to have if they turn around and say that you aren't meeting those needs. Now, it may be that they'll ask you to, listen to them more. It could be a couples counseling thing. It could be that you've both got to sit down, once a week and just have an open and frank discussion with each other and just go, how are we in this relationship? Maybe I haven't been listening to you enough. Maybe you haven't been listening to me and my needs, and I haven't been meeting yours. So maybe we need to have this discussion. How can we both be better within the relationship? Both sevens are about difficult choices, difficult decisions within, and how to move forward. If they were both upright, it would say you've got lots of opportunities available. There are lots of positives and negatives. There's lots of paths ahead for you. when it's reversed, it's especially in a relationship reading, it's like this is the other person's perspective, and so they are looking at maybe, you know, questioning a lot of things about the relationship, my darling. But either way, it really does feel like there is a really deep need for an honest, frank conversation here, and I think that's something that, you know, can be very valuable in relationships that are going along very, very well as relationships that perhaps have some deeper rooted issues. But either way, my darling, I wish you nothing but the very, very best. And what I would advise is maybe this is where a professional counselor can really help, as an independent person that can help raise any questions or issues that you both have in a way that isn't going to start playing the blame game, and that isn't going to feel like, you know, one person is attacking or picking on the other. Okay, so this is where my counseling skills and early counseling qualifications come in, and basically say, look, having an independent person to almost play referee, umpire, or mediator, and actually act as almost like a go-between in that situation where you can have that open discussion, maybe that would be a really positive step here. Anyway, my darling, once again, as it's been saying throughout the night, on the top, and as it's about to do again, this is only ever the guidance that you need, not necessarily the answers that you want. So I hope that helps, even though I know it's probably not what you wanted to hear, my darling. But thank you ever so much for your question, and I do genuinely hope that helps. Well, that is going to be it today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on Easter Sunday, and which also happens to be Trans Day of Visibility, hence the double flags, which I really do like, trans and non-binary flags. So yes, thank you so much for joining me tonight on the stream. I've actually had a really lovely stream. Actually, I've really enjoyed it. We've read for some really lovely people tonight, and so thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to everybody who's been here watching on the channel tonight. Thank you to everybody who is part of the replay crew. My lord, the replay crew, thank you so much for the replay crew. You are all amazing. You are absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for enjoying the videos, and for watching the videos and liking the videos. Once again, though, this is your reminder, if you haven't done already, hit that bell, click on change your settings to all, so that YouTube notifies you whenever I do go live. Don't forget, you can always join the membership over at buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic. And last but not least, I want to thank all of the wonderful moderators for doing a bang up job in keeping me on this stream, keeping me focused, and also making it such a wonderful and cathartic and just genuinely kind place to be. It really is becoming our coven of kindness. So yes, and with that, I'm going to say that's all for me tonight, and I'll be back on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. UK time. So if you haven't got your reading tonight, please do come and join us then, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.